Hello, everyone. I'm with Ed Salvage. My name is Zach Osborne. I have a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry and a veteran of the NextCycle program. I'm here with Tim Palisari, who's been in the metal and automotive recycling and organics recycling as well for many decades now. And as the title suggests, we're here to show how to augment a recycling facility and have it include organics. Now, why is it a challenge? I have these two maps that really drive it home. On the left is the Michigan gap analysis, showing all the different composting operations in the state of Michigan. The one on the right shows the level of poverty and people living below the federal poverty limit in the state of Michigan. You'll notice a little bit of a correlation here. The places that are the most impoverished are also the ones lacking the most composting infrastructure. And we are here to try to find a solution to address both at the exact same time. Now, the simple answer would be to just say, hey, well, just build some more composting infrastructure, hire some people. Booyah, you finished it all in one fell swoop. The problem is, and the reason why we have issues, is we don't have the population density or the amount of capital in order to make that possible. And as you can see here, the average cost of setting up a composting operation is very cost prohibitive. But what if, by augmenting a recycling facility, we're able to slash those costs, and by our estimates, not by a little, but by a full third. Now, one of the reasons why this idea we're pursuing is because there's a lot of overlap between a metal recycling facility and an organics recycling facility. And it's not just because of having the trucks, the scales, but it's also the labor and the regulatory side of things. We already have a lot of the bits and pieces that would be very cost prohibitive to hire and keep on, but a lot of these are already salaried and working for our metal recycling operation. And with their help, we intend to start recycling large steel drums into aerated rotary compost systems. Our hope is to essentially bring down the cost of something like this, which our impoverished area of the Western UP really doesn't have any hope of being able to afford or justify in a return on investment sense, and use those experts to, again, augment and change and bring down that initial capital cost. And you can see the rollers that we're going to use to rotate the steel drum right there in the top right. And this is the flow. As you'll notice, this is pretty standard for any composting operation, as is the end product usage and the monetization of the soil that's generated from it. And so, with thanks to Eagle and NextCycle, we're on phase 1 right now. We're going to be collecting from the schools, the university, and restaurants, all who have already signed on a letter of intent and basically want to pay us to take their food waste, and at a $100 a ton tipping fee, and then selling the compost at $100 a yard. And just to put it out there, our tipping fee at our waste transfer station is about $120 per ton. It's very expensive to dispose of waste in the Western UP. Our phase 2, pending follow-up grant funding, is to be able to expand to a citywide curbside operation and to begin collecting from grocery stores, as well as places like Walmart as well. And at the end of this phase 2 is basically when we're looking to have a positive ROI and to have our exit, basically have something that's packaged and ready to go for someone who may want to buy out and have that, easy income on the long run. And what's really great about this idea is it really hits at that triple bottom line. By innovating and bringing down the cost of a composting operation, we're creating an opportunity for the disadvantaged regions of not just Michigan, but really across the entire U.S. We'll be having 2 full-time employees who are going to be paid double the current minimum wage, and 5,000 metric tons of CO2 equivalents. That's about 1,000 passenger vehicles. And in a population of about 10,000 cars, that's a 10% reduction to our transport emissions in one fell swoop. So, I would like to see both of these solutions be fixed and find a way to incentivize it in doing so. Because while there may not be a lot of organics recycling facilities, there are lots of metal and automotive recycling facilities all over the Upper Peninsula and across the US. And if we can find a way to get them interested and see the dollar signs of expanding on it, we have ourselves a very strong contender. Not only that, but we've already been approached by people wanting to buy the salvage yard in order to just turn it into a turnkey, profitable venture. And these same entities who want to buy the salvage yard have indicated that the organics recycling sweetens the pot greatly, and they want that to be a part of that sphere that they can get a hold of. And so what we need is essentially the grant funding to go on to the phase 2, because it's very capital intensive, and Mr. Palisari is already putting $100,000 of his own money in order to make this. And so we are willing to take the risk to stick our neck out, and if this works, we have something that'll work for everyone. And of course, we want to get the word out, and we're going to be making the process of augmenting these still tanks completely open source. Thank you.